yung GDP growth rate po at inflation na talaga yun ang madikit talaga sa sikmura ng mga Pilipino. Kasi nga, ang magkano isang kilo ng bigas, kung hindi ikaw bumibili sa Kadiwa, mga 50 kada kilo ang isang kilo ng bigas compared dun sa binigay na 35 pesos na aumento kada araw. So hindi pa kalahating bigas lang at siguro konting munggo ang pwedeng mabili. So let's talk about the economy po in Pilipinas. After the SONA of the President, ang kanilang talagang gustong malaman, paano makakabuti ba talaga sa buhay ng Pilipino ang administrasyon ngayon? Ano ang mga dapat gawin po nila? Kayo po, Professor, being an economist.
Well, kanina, binabanggit na kailangan maging strategic tayo, no? And I think that is the correct point of view, no? Hindi tayo pwede na dati BPO, kasi yun ang flavor of the month. Naging POGO, naging flavor of the month. Para tayong flavor of the month economic strategy. Kailangan natin, magkaroon tayo ng vision na paano ba natin maiaangat ang ating kabuhayan. Ang Vietnam, talagang sadsad ang kabuhayan nila pagkatapos ng gera sa kanila. Pero ngayon, mukhang malalampasan na tayo.
Naungusan na tayo.
Maungusan na tayo. Meron silang electric vehicle na dinadala na nila sa Amerika para ibenta. Tayo, yung ating dating mga jeepney, tinanggal na, wala na tayong mga jeepney, talagang parang wala tayong industriya. Sa akin, ang pinakamalinaw, kailangan magkaroon tayo ng isang matatag na agricultural foundation ng ating economy. Kailangan makapagtanim tayo para sa kakainin ng ating mga kababayan at magkaroon din tayo ng industriya na katulad niyan. Wala tayong industriya na gumagamit ng bakal. Martilyo nga, hindi natin kayang gawin. Kailangan i-import pa natin. Kailangan magkaroon tayo ng basic industries. At hindi naman kailangan na bumalik tayo dun sa Industrial Revolution na magkukuha tayo. No. Pwede naman ngayon, yung IT, I think is a leapfrogger industry. No? Marami ang mga umuunlad dahil sa IT. Kaya ngayon nangyari sa atin nung mga nakaraang araw, sumadsad ang buong mundo dahil nagkaroon ng glitch. So ito pala ay mga programming. No, marami namang mga Pilipino na magagaling sa programming
at sa hacking.
Sa hacking, yung I love you
virus. Labag, ang tagal na nun, Professor. Ano ka pa?
Pero yun
hindi na alam ng Gen Z yun.
Pero pagka pumunta tayo sa Silicon Valley, makikita natin doon ang mga software engineer, mga Pilipino. Saan sila nag-aaral? Dito sa Pilipinas. Saan sila umunlad? Sa ibang bayan.
Brain drain talaga.
Talagang kailangan natin maging strategic tayo. Magkaroon tayo ng vision. Ano ba ang kailangan natin para tayo umunlad?
Okay.
Professor, baka meron kang idadagdag? Professor Villanueva.
Ako, right now kasi the main contributor of the economy is services. Roughly 60%. Agriculture, mga 20-something%. The rest is industry. Now, the usual prescription is hopefully export-oriented industry tayo, but that has been said for decades. And hindi naman siya nag-work. So, I'd rather be pragmatic. Let's focus on where we're actually good at.
Which is services.
Which is services. Tourism is a very big factor, and it has a large multiplier effect. And the absorptive capacity ng employment in the rural areas, ang laki nun. So that's one factor that we can exploit. And let's professionalize it, kasi if we compare it sa ASEAN, ang sama ng packaging natin, ng mga tour packages, sa Bali, ang ganda.
Fifth riskiest tayo in the world! Sabi ng Forbes Advisor!
Sa Maynila.
For tourists!
So ganun, package it well, from the airport up to the flight back.
Yes.
Ang laki ng potential earning. And we've had earnings there. There's more room for growth there. And then the other would be creative industries. You know, we are the best in the arts in the ASEAN. Pero si Taylor Swift is having a concert in Singapore. We should claim that spot na, okay, we are the best in the arts, singers, music, theater, etc. And nurture that. And export programs like we used to do. Ganun. those are where we're
Tulad
naturally
ng
good
ginawa
at.
ng South Korea sa BTS, di ba?
Yun, galing. Kaya, the Beanie is trying to do that, which is good.
Yeah, they've-
SB19.
yeah,
SB19.
SB19.
So that's good. The world is our stage. Let's exploit that.
Yes.
And we have, like yung mga, some of the bigger networks have global audiences, global networks. Ang laki ng potential earnings from that. And then in the BPO industry, we should be higher in the value chain. So yung the call center, ano na yan, luma na yan.
Luma na.
And that will be the first one to go with AI.
Oh,
So it will
yeah.
have to be in the higher, like finance, processing, accounting, medical sciences, etc. So yun yung mga nakikita kong possible growth areas.
Okay,
Yeah,
Professor.
I agree with that, pero dapat mag-focus tayo talaga sa four fundamental efforts para magkaroon tayo ng tinatawag ko na sustain and inclusive economic growth. At number one, I agree with the Professor Leco na we need to really improve our agricultural productivity. We need to support our
For food security
agriculture,
na.
for food security and fishery sectors. Kung wala yan, wala. Diyan tayo nakasalalay. So we have to pay attention to that. Papasok na dyan, land reform and many other things. Yung mga mga new industrializing economies, yan ang una nilang pinocus, Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, talagang yung agricultural sector ang prioritize nila. Privilege pa nga nila, no? Not only prioritize. Second, we need to really improve our infrastructure. We need better roads, we need better ports, we need better airports. Ano? O kailangan talaga natin yan. At pangatlo, we need to really encourage investment sa steel industry natin. Wala akong nakitang bansang umunlad na walang steel industry.
Bakal!
Kailangan natin ng steel kasi yan ang talagang magpo-provide sa atin ng need for infrastructure. At pang-apat na investment. Dapat magkaroon tayo talaga ng strong local and foreign investments. Naku, pag magawa natin yung apat na yan, we will experience what I call great economic miracle in our country. Apat lang na yan. We can make a difference.
How about you, Senator Orly? Do you agree?
Yes, meron na tayong steel industry, pero ang spelling STEEL.
That's the developed industry.
Like
Like we have a commission on audit. It's either you get commission or ma-audit ka.
That's a good.
Natutuwa ako kay Sir Lai. Kanina pa nagka...
Ay, nako.
Very good.
So kayo po.
Good point.
Okay, sa isang banda, we meet or listen to the State of the Nation address every year. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's actually a good tradition. Binabanggit ng gobyerno kung anong ginawa nila, etc. Pero pag nag-zoom out ka, we're very good in putting up a show. Magaling tayo sa form. Sabi nga ng mga kabataan if you cannot Japon, if you cannot perform, Japon.
Japon.
Diba?
Forma na lang.
Magaling tayo.
Posturing.
But the question really is, what is the difference between the law and the implementation? Bago yan, what's the difference, what's our accomplishment in terms of what laws have not passed? The laws that have not been passed through many precedents, that are really very important. I have a few, like National Land Use Policy, etc.
National Defense Act.
Ayaw.
National Defense Act.
There are National Defense Act, National Land Use Policy. Maraming mga bagay.
Ang tagal na yan.
Alam mo kasi, yung mga batas na yan, yung mga Magna Carta, yung mga mahahaba yan. At yan, mga strategic yan. Walang masyadong nagpupush. Kasi politically, there is nothing for you to gain. Pag uwi mo, hindi mo sabi, ang batas na ako, etc. Ito ang epekto sa inyo. Well, you have those important things. But you also have strategic issues that you have to accomplish. So, sa akin, napaka-importante rin makita natin ano ba yung hindi natin na-implement. Ngayon, sa mundong ito, tapusin ko na, we have to have change, we solve the problem, we think we solve the problem just because we have a law. Para bagang ang implementasyon hindi ganun. That's the most important part on the executive branch. No?
Not
Para
enacting the
bagang-
law, but implementing the
Oo,
law.
para
And
bagang-
funding the law.
May batas na gusto nyo pang implement, sobra naman kayo.
Let's together. Sunday 25.